You're rocking with the best. You are now rocking with the best.
Show.
Here we are. This is episode 61.
That's crazy.
Wow. Time flies when you're having fun, huh?
Yeah, and you let your hair down literally.
Literally.
I'm excited about
It's going to look, I wonder how it's going to look on
what are you going to say today?
camera. Me?
Yeah, you're letting your hair down.
I don't know. It's just literally, not figuratively. So it's
Not, well, we
I'm still,
don't know
I'll
that
still be
yet.
fairly buttoned up. We'll see. Time will tell. It's May.
May Day. It's gonna be.
I was waiting for you to do that. I was waiting for you to do that. What's going on in the May issue?
Well, this is actually one of my favorite issues of the year. It's the May road trip issue. It's finally tourism season, as Greta says. So we actually went to Hot Springs, which is so fun. It's a very small town.
Hot Springs?
Understated.
Really?
Yes.
Because you would think that that'd be more of a destination.
Yeah, it's like, so they have, I think it's Two Cows Creamery, and that's farm to table.
I thought it was just going to be they have two cows. And I was like, that's very South Dakota. What do they got there? They have two
That
cows?
as well. But they, no, they have
Two
like
Cows
a farm
Creamery?
to table. Like,
Yeah.
They have ice cream and food there.
Okay.
They have Buffalo Dreamer, which is, again, they have like locally sourced food. And she's insane. It's like one of the best restaurants in the state, I will say. I'm putting it here. I'm saying it here first, folks. Buffalo Dreamer, bucket list.
Buffalo Dreamer's the place to be.
Connected to Moccasin Springs, which I don't know why I hate this word. You know how like a lot of people hate moist?
Yep.
I hate soak.
Why is that?
You can pay for a soak. Like there's like literally like a menu item called soak. I don't know. I'm not into it.
It's not the same. It's not the same. But I get it.
Yeah, right?
You know what I mean? I
But
get
like
it.
again, but the soak is worth it. We did it. And okay, don't make that face. But we went during the Fall River Hot Air Balloon Festival.
Okay.
And it was fantastic. My hot air balloon guy only kind of crashed once.
Oh, good. Yeah.
Like he was like 24, 23.
How do you kind of crash a hot air balloon?
Well, he looked like Harry Potter, and we were like, "Have you? You know, I don't want to be that person where I'm saying, how many times have you done this? Like, I don't want to be that
Yeah.
Karen, you know?
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, cool, great. We're in there, and we're headed towards this giant cliffside.
Yeah.
And I'm like, clearly, if he's knowing we're gonna hit it, he'll say, put your camera down. Put your cell phone down, like anything, or be aware. No, he's like, boom, we just slam into it. And the tree hits my camera, like we go flying. I have twigs in my hair. And I was like, okay, well, we got up. It like literally was
that sounds like a straight up crash, not an almost crash.
yeah, it was bump, 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 bump. We bumped up and then went back in the air and then we landed and it was fine.
How high is this cliff? How low was the balloon?
We got kind of low because he was trying. So what they do with this is I didn't know. Like I asked him, like I was smart. I was like, so is this like, do you guys ever think about racing? He's like, yeah, this is like legit a race. Like this is what this is. And I was like, oh.
Oh,
So
it's got to be a very slow, like
It's
very elegant and like peaceful race, I would imagine, because it's just they kind of
Yes.
float along.
But the point is they have to like navigate the hot air balloon to this one square.
Okay.
And they drop a beanbag. And then if you get it the closest to the target, you win.
Yeah.
Our guy was super far away from it.
Well, obviously. So this is where that question of like how long have you been doing this might be the appropriate way. So like
Yeah.
when you start out, because then that helps me buffer my reaction when you crash.
Right.
Because if you're like, you know what, I've just got a passion for hot air balloon racing and I've been at this for about 3 months.
3 seconds.
Yeah, you run us right into the side of a cliff. I'm like, you know
He
what?
was a great guy. He was great. I should
Listen,
say
but
that.
that's understandable. But then he's like, oh, well, I've been doing this for 10 years. And I'm like, that's when I'm like, come on, dude. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it was,
So-
yeah. And then this guy was riding with us. And when we landed, the basket dropped. So then this like grown man.
Yeah,
I'm trying to
it's a
censor
family
myself
show.
more.
Yeah.
This grown dude lands like on top of me. And he's like, nice to meet you.
Yeah. On this week's episode of the 605 show, After Dark.
So we got to know each other pretty quick.
Yeah.
And that was the Fall River Otter.
I was going to say, yeah, how did that?
But no, it's a really fun event. You get up at the crack of dawn. There's coffee, like muffins, donuts. You have like a bunch of vendors, and then people
That's super fun.
watch the hot air balloons go. And
That's
they're
super
very
fun.
small baskets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's not a lot of I've been up in one once and it was tethered. Like it was like you just go up in it for a second. It's like tethered to the ground. So you go up a couple hundred feet, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like large scale training wheels, I'd imagine.
Oh, correct.
You know,
This
so
was
you can't go too far. No, you're running into cliffs. The stakes are high. This is extreme hot air balloon racing.
Yeah. And in full on South Dakota, like they would blast the fire and then the cows would be like, "Meh," and freak out and run.
Sorry, what was that cow noise one more time?
I'm terrible at that. It's more like goat.
That's a goat. It's funny you did the goat noise because I was going to bring up mutton busting. So I was like, if it's not hot air balloon, it's mutton busting or some other ridiculous sport.
My sister has won second place in mutton busting.
She would.
Fun fact.
She would.
Yes.
I don't know. I don't know your sister at all. I don't know why I said she would. It's just-
She would.
What other events we got going on? I've got a couple things.
We have a bunch.
Yeah.
Cinco de Mayo Fiesta, May 13th, Falls Park, Sioux Falls, all day.
Okay.
Join the fun for the Cinco de Mayo Fiesta. Enjoy Latino food, dance, art, music, and children's activities while learning about the cultural gifts and heritage of the Latino people in our community. More info, presentationsisters.org.
Love it.
Yes, and
Love
then
it.
we have the 9th annual. This is kind of like, dare I say, it's kind of on the nose with the 9th annual Sound of Silence Tesla rally because I hadn't really heard of it. It's very silent.
The Sound of Silence Tesla rally.
I didn't know it was really a thing, but then we got hired to shoot it. And it's
Yeah, it
May
looks kinda
19th
cool.
through the 21st in Custer. And they call Tesla drivers out. Come and join the 9th annual Tesla rally in Custer. Tesla owners are invited to explore the beautiful drives of the southern Black Hills while enjoying free food and drinks at the Tesla meet and greet reception at Mount Rushmore Brewing Company. Great place. On Friday night. Saturday, enjoy a self-guided ride around the Black Hills and the annual group photo and Sound of Silence dinner. Dude, does no one talk?
No. No.
But celebrate the first hurrah at the Feel Good Cafe Sunday morning. More info, custersd.com.
Wouldn't it be ironic if they served fajitas at the Sound of Silence dinner? It's just nobody's talking. It's just she's sizzling all the way out from the whole. I was gonna say this looks like not a lot of Teslas, and I remembered that this is 605. You know, this is probably every Tesla owner in the state.
I mean, we're getting there.
We don't see a lot of them right now.
We're trying.
Although we've got plenty of charging stations. So if you're looking to buy a Tesla,
Oh, is that Crazy Horse?
yeah,
In the background, I think it is.
It is. Yeah, not a paid ad. Just a fun fact. We do have a lot of charging stations across the state. So if you're looking to buy a Tesla, don't let that deter you from doing so. What else we got?
I wish I could have one so I could take a nap every time I drive across the state. But anyways, Downtown Wine Walk. Speaking of May 29th, downtown Aberdeen, 5 p.m. Enjoying wine tasting, shopping in Aberdeen for the Downtown Wine Walk. Great deals, 10 participating locations, sip wine, peruse art, listen to music. Your ticket includes souvenir sampling wine glass as well as wine at participating locations. AberdeenDowntown.org.
Love it.
We're finally in event season.
Yeah, it's
Very
kind of fun to
exciting.
get back out instead of, kind of being cooped up all winter long. Although I heard there's another round maybe
No,
here in the next week or so.
take it back.
I know.
Don't talk to me.
Okay.
I'm going to go to silence dinner with you.
Sound of Silence.
But speaking of events, we have a Katrina from Black Hills Playhouse. Come on down. You can go there. It's fine. Welcome.
Thank you.
I love your
We got some
necklace.
photos.
By
What's
the
going
by.
on here?
Okay, so pull this close. So, oh,
Yep.
and
There you
move some
go.
Stuff around.
Yeah, totally fine.
How's it going? What's going on?
It's good. How are you? It's so good to be
I'm glad you're here in person.
I know. It's crazy. We've been emailing back and forth. And
Yeah.
It's nice to put a face to the name.
Yeah.
What's going on with Black Hills Playhouse? Have you ever
Yes.
been? It's gorgeous.
No, but it looks good. We got
Gorgeous.
some great photos. And I was just looking at it.
So the Black Hills Playhouse, we have two sort of departments, you would say. So the main, the original professional theater summer stock is in the Black Hills, and it was started in 1946. We are currently in our 77th season. Yeah, long time. It used to be a CCC camp out in the hills. So they do. Let me look at my cheat sheet here. We bring audiences to theater performances by professionals. We also employ professionals from around the country. We've had some from other countries come in.
Cool.
And it runs this summer from June 10th through August 12th. So that's one side of it. The other side is our education programs. And we have 3 subheadings underneath education as well. So with those, we have the Dakota Players Tour, which we'll talk about a little bit more, I'm assuming, in a bit. And then we also have the expanding stage programs and the BHP Junior Performing Arts Summer Camp. So
I love it.
yeah, another event that we have coming up is actually this Friday at Dakota Abilities. We're doing Alice in Wonderland.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, starring entirely adults with disabilities supported by Dakota Abilities. We have stage partners, voiceover actors, and the actors have worked so incredibly hard for about 7 weeks. So, and there's one performance, 1 p.m. This Friday the 12th.
Where can they get tickets?
It's free admission. You just show up.
Oh, dang.
And,
Okay.
yeah, pick a seat.
Sweet. And that's in Sioux Falls.
It is. Yep.
Okay. Perfect. So talk about those other programs. Like you have a huge array of programs. Like talk about what people can do, and is it too late to sign up?
Yeah. So the other two. So our main, we have the Black Hills Playhouse professional summer stock. Then we have the education, and the 3 under education, the expanding stage, which is, let me flip over here. Through innovative partnerships, teaching artists of the Black Hills Playhouse are transforming lives through theater programs inclusive of people of all abilities and ages. And what is ability? Well, we meet everyone where they're at, right? Sometimes we have actors who communicate non-verbally. So we have some voiceover artists come in and we partner them up.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and they get to hear their line said in real time and then get to have the final say on whether or not they want it reset a different way. So it flexes their skills as an actor and also the voiceover actor's skills in communicating. So basically, yeah, we just make it happen. We have adaptive props, adaptive costuming. We are also in some assisted living centers now. We do workshops, Arts for Life, very focused on movement and cognitive functioning. Yeah. We also then...
So you're like statewide.
Yeah, we are
so cool.
statewide.
I love that.
Yeah. So 1999, we started the Dakota Players Touring Theater. So that is 1-week residencies in different locations throughout the state and surrounding states, right? And we have 2 touring actor directors who come in and work with 20 to 55 kids for the week. Yeah.
Wow.
Put them on stage, rehearse with them, and perform a show at the end of the week.
Wow. That's a lot. That's a ratio. Like
yeah.
That small group of director to that's a lot of kids.
It is.
To take through an experience like that.
It is. And they put them all in costumes, and
Wow.
it's a full production, lights, music, whole 9 yards. So we've been doing that for over 20 years now, and I know I have.
I just got to say, you're one of the most prepared.
I know, I don't know what to do with this.
Oh,
I'm
you know what I mean?
has
Like,
notes.
Well, because I know it all. It's trapped
these
in
are
my
sleeved.
head.
These are sleeved. I have never, and we've been
Homegirl
doing
went
this.
to Hobby Lobby and
I've
got
been-
some
And
sleeves.
listen, I've been around since episode 20, episode
Well,
21. You know,
Luck favors the prepared.
Yes, I would say yes. Yeah, absolutely. That's excellent. That's
Well,
excellent.
Thank you.
And we have in our full-time business at Think 3D, we have we work with Dakota Abilities, and we were just down there. They do this coffee and donuts morning conversation thing where you get to bring people down for a couple hours, and they basically bring some of the other people they serve into the gym, and we brought our entire team down and just spent the morning with some of those guests, and whether it's the people that are there for day service services or residential support, and it was super fun.
Oh, that's cool.
It lifts your heart.
It does, and it's I think perspective too on like just the amount of joy in some of the stories and the experiences that you get from people there, and then being able to do stuff like this, like provide, bring like you said, the adaptability into it is huge, because there's a unbelievable amount of talent and like just like humor and like really fun people that you meet that use those services, that receive those services, and so it's super cool.
Yeah, and you never really think about opportunity and access in theater. I mean, we do, because that's what we do, right? But we worked with an actor. She has since passed away, but she was in her 90s, and she had never been on stage before.
Oh my gosh.
And she got the chance to be in the starring role. And
Wow.
we do different shows, there are comedies, but we also give them the chance to do, I think we did Macbeth a couple of years ago. So they have that dramatic outlet too. It's not all kids shows all the time or whatever.
Right.
We challenge them. We meet them where they're at and then push them further.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, my
love that.
ADD prevented me from ever being cast as a normal character. I usually was the person that was like, and then you walk by and wave or talk to like a village person. I was like village person 1. And they're like, yeah, you're so good, but like your ADD is really bad. And I was like, yes, I get that.
Well, you can't have a show without the characters that make the
You
world,
know what I
too.
mean.
Yeah,
but like even then I'm like, yeah, I'm in. I'm in, because like when you're
Exactly.
on the stage, it's such a high. It's so cool.
Yep.
So that's awesome. But talk about this season. What's going on?
Yeah. So we also have our touring theaters. So that's year round. Our expanding stage, we do more here and there, seasoned, peppered throughout the year, right? But the Dakota Players tour is year round. And then this summer, we actually have BHP Junior Performing Arts Camps. And those are for kids entering, I gotta get this right, entering 5th grade. So there are 2 different camps. There's a 5th through 7th grade camp, and then there's an 8th through 12th grade camp. And they get the choice when they register to either choose the acting track, or they can choose the stagehand sort of backstage learning.
Oh, that's cool.
Crewing,
Like the tech
right?
side. Yep.
Which is where my expertise lies. I have a degree in costume design, so
Okay.
that's
awesome.
But I love all aspects of it, and we really they get to go see a production out at the Playhouse, and they work with industry professionals, and they also mount a show in a week that they perform at the
Can
end
you
of the
paint a
week.
picture of how gorgeous the setting is, though, of this, like, if
Oh
you
my
perform
goodness. Yes. So it takes place at Placer. Are you talking about the camps or the summer stock theater?
there? Well, the actual, like, Black Hills Playhouse.
Yeah. So it is nestled in this valley in the Black Hills, and there's trees and nature just all around, and the performers and the crew, they all live on site, and it's just, you're constantly surrounded by nature. And the theater itself, I mean, we have buffalo wandering through the campus almost daily throughout the summer. You got to get up early though, or you miss them. And there's
But don't approach.
exactly buffalo.
Oh, it
groups
is.
are
It is nestled.
isn't it?
Right?
Yeah,
It's
I got a
gorgeous.
photo.
We have a wonderful groundskeeper, Jeff. He keeps it beautiful. There's flowers all over. And the shows, they are, I venture to say Broadway level. Yeah. Not that I'm biased or anything, But yeah, they work hard. Every 2 weeks, we do a new show. This summer, we're actually doing shows in Rep. And
Inside's it's massive too.
It
with the amount of
is.
sets and stuff you guys have. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, and they
super
just
cool.
they did, like, work to it, right?
I'm sorry?
Didn't they recently do work to that?
Yes, we just had the siding redone on the
Yeah.
theater, siding and insulation. So the theater itself, like I said, we're in our 77th season. There is an original building that is original to the CCC camp from 1946. It's the snack bar. Everything else has been uplifted periodically. I want to say starting in the 50s and then through, but we are constantly bettering and
so
improving
cool.
the campus. It's beautiful.
What are some of the shows happening this year?
Yeah, so this year there's Lifespan of a Fact. That's running June 10th through June 30th. There's Silent Sky, June 9th through July 2nd. The The Drowsy Chaperone, July 9th through 23rd, and everyone's favorite Dolly Parton, 9 to 5.
Yeah.
July 30th through August 12th.
Oh, you got Dan
classic.
there.
It's a classic.
Yep.
Oh,
classic
dang.
film.
Unfortunately, Dolly Parton was not available to be
Dang
in the show
it.
this
I don't know if
summer.
I had any expectation of that, but
Yeah.
you know,
I can't see her with a bison. I don't know.
no,
Either that or like they would be like best friends. I don't know.
just like she's the wildlife whisperer, just out in the
Right.
fields,
Yeah, exactly.
frolicking with wildlife.
Oh, perfect. Well, okay. So I want to establish everything on your notes.
Yes.
Anything we're missing?
I think the last point I needed to get to on my checklist was the BHP Junior Performing Arts. Thank you. My goodness. I did forget something. I wasn't quite so prepared, except they're in their sleeves.
So glad I had a pen on me.
Yeah.
That was so good.
Yeah, so campers can register up to June 9th. That's when registration closes, and that registration is at blackhillsplayhouse.com/camp-registration.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Well, thank you so much.
Yeah,
thank
we have
you
the-
so much. For
Is that my cue?
Did you come out from the Black Hills? Are you out here, or are you kind of out in this side of the state?
Yeah, that's a great
just quick
question.
before she goes.
Yeah. So the Black Hills Playhouse campus out in the hills, they have an office in Rapid City.
Okay.
And our education programs are based here in Sioux Falls.
Okay, so you're
yeah, I
over
live
here. Okay.
Yep.
So make sure you didn't drive out for this 11 and a half minutes. You know,
You know,
that
it's a
would've
beautiful
been
drive
worse over
though. Yeah.
trying to get down to the nitty gritty.
Morrison. That's a deep cut.
Did you mean to come here?
Oh no. No, that's a deep cut. Well, this is awesome. We're excited about it. We got the website up and everything.
Wonderful.
Yes, thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
appreciate you.
Yeah, thank you so much.
All right.
I need to go out there. There's a lot. This is part of the reason I love doing this show. Is like it's like every time we do this, there's something new in 605
I'm telling you.
that I'm still like anyone who doesn't know if they're watching or listening to this. It's home now. I consider myself a South Dakotan, but I'm not a South Dakota native. So it's fun to be able to do the 605 show and explore all these things happening because I didn't know that this was a thing, but now I got to go out there. I got to check
Oh yeah,
this out.
John went last summer and said like the show he saw was so good.
Yeah, it looks incredible. The set looks great. Building
Yeah.
looks great. So I think it is, we got up here, blackhillsplayhouse.com. That's where you can find the programs, tickets.
Get your tickets, yeah?
Yep. Go get your tickets, get your programs, get your camps, get whatever else.
Get
you
your
gotta get.
programs.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Get your notes. Hobby Lobby them in the.
I love it.
sheet.
That was impressive. I've never seen.
mean-
we don't have laminated sheets. I think we need to elevate.
You
some of our
don't, you don't even
preparatory.
have notes.
I don't even have a script.
Because
We're
of
just-
Greta.
Listen, don't put Greta's business out in the street like that. But yeah, but yeah.
But next up, we have Jess and Sherry from South Dakota Foundation for Medical Care. How's it going? Well, you can't answer yet because you're not sitting down. Sorry.
Yeah, let them get settled in
Get
first.
settled.
Goodness gracious.
I'm sorry. I missed the memo for the Blazer game.
Oh,
Yeah, as
we
did
were
I.
at a conference. We just flew right in here.
How's it going, ladies?
Good. Thanks for having us.
Yes. So, real quick, explain what you actually do.
Jess is going to take that one.
So South Dakota Project First Line is an initiative through the CDC where we provide infection control education for healthcare workers. We travel across the state and really just meet with any team in a healthcare facility to provide them the education firsthand with what they need for their departments and facilities to really enhance the protection for the patients themselves and anybody coming into that facility.
Perfect. And how can people use that on like kind of a daily basis, I guess? Or how can they like kind of check in with that? Because as we learned with COVID, people be dirty.
People be really dirty.
The technical term is y'all nasty.
And I was gonna say, and
nasty.
also on top, like, let's go with that. What do you think currently about COVID?
It's definitely still around. We know that it's still in our healthcare facilities. We were at a facility yesterday that said they were an outbreak. So it's definitely a real concern still. So talk about like the vaccinations. Still get them if you haven't. We think that's super important for infection control aspects. Yes, some people are still getting sick from COVID even if they've had the vaccination, but a lot of times it decreases the severeness of the illness, so that's a huge thing. And really it's just taking those measures to protect yourself when you're out in the public. That hand hygiene, which is huge in anything infection control. Staying home when you're sick, keeping your kids home when they're sick, all that fun infection control stuff that you hear.
Right. Is that actually a thing though that you actually like? What are you doing to yourself if you don't sing happy birthday the whole time you wash your hands?
Well, you don't remove all of the germs underneath your nails. I
Right.
mean, you need friction, you need soap and water or alcohol-based hand sanitizer, either one. But you have to scrub with friction under your nails, in your palms. I mean, it's not just like willy-nilly.
But I'm alarmed. You have to sing happy. Does none of that work if I don't sing happy birthday?
Well, it all helps, but to do
You're
the
not singing happy birthday.
to do the very best job.
I come from a food service background, and I scrub in, right? We
Oh,
scrub
you're
in.
yeah.
But
You're
like,
you're
do
the
I have
food
to
server,
sing?
yeah.
You should mentally sing "Twinkle Twinkle Little Star," "Happy
I've been doing
Birthday."
it wrong for 30 plus years. Listen,
Yeah.
oh goodness.
That's why we're here. Now you know.
Now
If
you
you
know.
ever
Happy birthday.
ate where Dan worked, you're screwed.
Listen, well, no, like I don't know, Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, Ba Ba Black Sheep. Like there's numbers of variations.
There is.
Any number of classic '90s hip hop tunes I probably sang while
15
washing
to
my
20
hands.
seconds.
All right,
15 to
But-
20 seconds.
I wasn't aware that was a thing.
That's
Okay,
a
so
thing.
let's talk about. So actually, could you go grab the operation
I'd love
game?
to,
Okay,
yes.
I'm gonna have y'all play it.
Ooh, this will be fun. Did you guys
oh,
bring a
good.
game?
We brought a game of Operation.
It's to make a point, Dan, and I'm gonna make you try to do
You're
this.
gonna make me prove a point.
I don't know the game either. It's been a long time since I played it, so.
You're gonna make me prove a point.
Let's see how good
You
this
are
is.
playing it? Lucky you two.
Look at us. We'll get these microphone cables out of the way.
All right, Dan, you go first.
All right, these they work. All right, what are we trying to do here?
We got to put the little things in.
Have you never played too?
Just a minute. We got.
This is the guy we zap, right?
Yep.
Is
We
he
got to
ready
put
to
little
go?
thing. No, we got to put little things.
All right,
in
there
here.
he is. He's on. It works.
So we're gonna put little like wishbones and little hearts and these little bones in here. You have to try to get these out
All right.
without touching the side.
And follow proper infection control process.
Oh goodness.
Yeah, so talk about that. Like, what do you guys kind of help educate with that? Because what are things that people miss, or take for granted, I should say?
Especially when doing something like operations, surgical procedures are huge areas for infection control practices that need to be followed. Anything from instrument sterilization to the proper PPE, the personal protective equipment, all of that type of stuff, protecting that patient when they come in to have that surgery done. So,
That's crazy. How
Okay.
often is it common that it's not done well, or like what?
not necessarily, no. Most of our facilities across the state do a phenomenal job with their infection control practices. A lot of times it's just getting in that busy routine of doing your healthcare procedures that sometimes maybe a practice gets missed, or you just need reminders that this is the process, this is how we do it, that type of thing. Whoa.
For real?
What? For real? Like for real?
I'm
We're
glad
gonna
you're in the
lose him.
creative field.
Me?
So the point we kind of wanted to make with the operation game was you don't have somebody, this game will beep if you do something wrong or if you touch something. In real life, that does not happen. You don't get a real little alarm saying, I didn't wash my hands for 15 to 20 seconds. Or
Or he picked up those tweezers and they certainly weren't sterilized because they were laying on that table.
Nasty.
Nasty,
wore
oh,
my-
nasty.
or I wore my mask down around my chin instead of having up where it needed to be. So, we don't
But
have
isn't
those
that the
things.
same thing? Doesn't it do that? Sorry, I'm just trying to
Did
be
that not drive
contrarian.
you guys nuts?
Yes.
As your job, like to
Yes.
watch all these people with like the
We did
down
tra-
on the nose. It's
we
like,
did-
then what's the point?
We did training yesterday, and during
sorry,
the
we lost
training,
him.
I mean, she doesn't have it up over her nose. So why are you wearing it? I saw basketball. I mean, I really follow basketball a lot, and there are players that are wearing masks out on the field down around their neck. I mean, okay, what are you wearing that for?
Right.
It's the principle of the matter.
So, yeah.
Just because you think it's protecting you doesn't mean it is.
You have to wear it right.
So say this is operation, okay, in real life.
We lost him.
What about you lost him already?
There's no way. There's no way. This thing's not coming out. I don't even think we're supposed to have a wishbone to begin with, so that was probably an issue coming into this procedure.
But do we have talk about germs in the dirt or on the floor? Oh, on the flow.
So germs live everywhere in the dirt. I like to use this example. In South Dakota, we have a lot of volunteer fire and ambulance EMTs that work, and they do a wonderful job. They do a fabulous job, and they give their time graciously. But these are farmers, oftentimes, or ranchers that come from the field, wherever they're working. They have a box of gloves behind their seat of their pickup, and they just go to Grandma Hazel's, because they know her when they get the ambulance call, and they grab those gloves. Now, I come from a farming background, and I know those are not clean gloves. And so it's really important to educate that, at least put those gloves in a Ziploc baggie if you're going to use them.
Right.
I mean, germs live everywhere. We think about the industry of dirt. I mean, they're everywhere.
Yeah, well, it's just like there's also chemicals and stuff. Like, it's not only that. It's like there's so many risk factors that's not, especially when you're anything exposed. Like anytime you're exposing somebody to that in a pre-hospital setting, it's just, and then there's time. You compound time on top of that where somebody's now traveling and it's just festering before they're getting actual medications or anything like that. Like it's a real thing.
Yeah, there's a lot of bacteria and bugs like MRSA, for example. There's C. difficile. C. difficile can live on surfaces 5 months. 5 months.
Yeah.
So even if you don't clean the right way, but you clean and you don't use the right product, that germ can still survive and grow.
That is crazy.
There was you guys probably know this story, like historic. I'm going to get the names and the times wrong, right? But I had recently just kind of read like a little mini blurb blog type of thing about they discovered infection control in the maternity unit. This is a couple hundred years ago, right? Early on when they were just starting to measure the idea of infectious disease. And it was because the doctor who was like the attending there, or like whatever, the head of medicine of this area, he took time off. And in the time off, the mortality rate dropped significantly. You're right. You guys know what I'm talking about.
I
And
do
it's
know
because
what-
they were
yeah.
doing so much work with the cadavers.
Right.
Yeah.
And they didn't realize there was a 1 in 10. What was it? Like a 1 in 10 mortality rate for women giving birth in this hospital. And then like he left.
Oh,
and
was
then-
that the guy who like never took a vacation?
And he took a vacation one year. I don't know if he never took a vacation, but like he
And
did.
then the
And then they
rates
come
went
back
up.
and it's like
Yeah,
one
the
in
rates went back
100.
up. Yeah.
And he came back and it happened again. He's like, it's because I'm doing all this research. So they correlated that. And it's just like, you think about, that's just, we're not super far into this. We're a couple hundred years into this and figuring it out. And
Well, that's what's bizarre about this. Is like you would think we'd all know this, and I feel like that's what COVID taught us: is that we're all still disgusting.
they're all nasty.
You know what I mean? It's like you would think, like literally, like everyone's like, "Oh my gosh, what's gonna happen?" But all the things on TV were like, "Here's how you wash your hands." It's like,
Things that we should have always been doing were brought to the light.
Yep.
They were things that everyone should be doing were brought to light during COVID.
well, what can people know now that we've gotten into COVID? Now, what can people keep doing, or like, like what have you seen that we've learned from it? I guess.
So I would say, and Jess can speak for herself, I would say you need to stay home when you're sick. You don't need to spread your germs to anybody else. If you're coughing, even if you think it's allergies, you don't know if it's allergies.
Don't be a hero.
Don't be
That's
a
what I'm
hero. I mean,
Midwest
there's,
guilt. Just don't do it.
stay home when you're sick, wash your hands. Those are my two big messages.
And really it's to me, this might be a minor cold, but if I share that with somebody that's already sick, it can be a terminal thing for them.
Right.
So really just keeping that in mind. That hand hygiene is huge wherever you go, no matter if it's a restaurant or out to a bar or whatever, be conscious of that. I mean, you touch so much stuff, your cell phones are filthy, and we know we hold those all day long.
Yeah.
If you look at where germ content is, that's where it's at. So
Yeah.
don't have that on your counter where you're preparing food.
I
or
always say this to Jess, like how many people sit in the toilet and scroll Facebook and, or wherever they're
Guys.
Looking at you if you were at home.
I'm looking at you.
I mean,
You're a
they do.
dude.
They use their phone.
Looking at me?
They use their phone in the
Dudes
bathroom.
love to poop and look through their cell phone.
They just sit and scroll. And
I also sanitize my phone maybe once or twice, like every couple of days, maybe.
Every
Like,
couple of years.
No, I'm pretty like, well, we have our office, and like even just like me in general, like we're pretty like Clorox heavy. Like we're kind of a we
so
don't
think
like.
about your remote at home. Think about
Yep,
your door
same
handles.
thing.
Think
like, we're
about
like, yeah, I Lysol wipe
your
that
keys.
stuff fairly regularly.
You know, just
Your
all of
fridge.
those things. Your fridge.
Yeah.
Your kitchen
All of
sink,
those things.
that's huge.
Really?
Kitchen
Yes.
sink, yes.
So kitchen sink is actually really fun to talk about because you think about when you clean, you get all the stuff in the drain and you push it down and you clean the drain first.
Stays there though.
Well, what are you doing? Then you clean the tops of your sink. So you bring all that stuff from the bottom up. So you need to go up to down. Push it down.
Yeah, that's a note for all you kitchen folks.
Yeah.
When you're cooking at home,
Yeah.
when you clean a kitchen, you clean it top down.
Exactly.
And you
In
start with
any-
the biggest items first. So you wipe off the dry stuff onto the floor, then you top down,
Yep.
go down to the floor, and then
One
you
thing
wash
we
the
really
floor.
teach, pretty heavily is when you clean a room, like a patient room, it's top to bottom, outside to inside. So the bed and the overbed stand, they're the dirtiest. And we typically want to clean that first because we just want to be nice and we want to straighten up and we want to clean.
Right.
But then we're taking all those germs and spreading them throughout the whole room.
Yep.
So
It's amazing what the restaurant industry will help you learn too, because we learned like wet hand, dry hand when you're handling like anything,
Yep.
prepping stuff for like frying or like prepping various meats or like like doing like say you're making like chicken strips or something like that, and it's like you've got your breading, and you've got your like yolk and everything you're gonna do. That's like you keep one hand for that, and you keep another hand completely
Yep.
separate and out of it, and you don't use this hand to grab a bowl or grab stuff like that because you're immediately.
Yep.
Cross-contaminating.
You know what I mean?
Cross-contaminate.
It's like, yeah, you're handling like the raw meat, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, I got to check my phone in the kitchen, like, I got to pause my podcast, and it's like, well, not you just got,
Yeah. You
stuff
guys should
all
think
over your
about
phone.
doing a podcast on STDs.
We did have Britt,
Well, Dan
Dr.
told his life
Laura.
story.
I mean,
Wow.
so they're hugely on the rise across the nation.
She liked it.
That was funny. You want to know why they're on the rise? Because y'all nasty.
Because everyone be nasty.
Bunch of nasty mother.
Everyone's playing Russian roulette all over the state.
Listen. We can't have it, guys. Come on, be better.
Yeah,
just
yeah,
be better.
be better, yeah.
Make better choices.
What's the one? Wait, what did you say? I was just making fun of Dan. So, which one's on the rise?
All of them.
Oh, all of them.
Syphilis and chlamydia are off the
Chlamydia.
charts.
I heard that.
Which ones? All of them.
I just heard
They
that
are.
from
Well, they are.
the Department of Health of Sioux Falls.
Yes.
They said that chlamydia is
Yeah.
like nuts. I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm sorry. Are we Ben Franklin or that was syphilis? But he died of syphilis.
What
You
are
gotta
we,
have
like,
fun,
what are
but,
we,
you
spring
know.
breakers in like San Padre? What do we got? What are we doing, guys?
What am I in Cancun in 2003?
Yeah, no, just
listening
be better.
to
And,
Nelly.
like, I think people maybe they're like, yeah, it's you can antibiotics, you can clear whatever, and it's like, listen, no,
Clean your stuff.
listen,
Figure it
yeah,
out.
clean up your situation.
So is National Hospital Week.
It is National Hospital
Yeah.
Week.
It's what the whole point of this.
So I have a couple like other like little. So you guys run this project. This is not a like a short term project. Like, this is just an ongoing initiative you guys are running, and then going around like providing this training, almost like auditing kind of these things across. Is it primarily? So you guys are primarily focusing on rural healthcare or all over the state?
All over the state for hospitals, nursing homes, EMTs,
Yeah.
ambulance services. Those are
Dental
kind of our
even, yep.
dental, yep.
Yeah.
Health occupations classes. So anybody in a health related field.
Have you
Students.
found one category needs more help than the others?
Ooh, yeah. Let's put some business out in the street here.
So we did a survey when Project First Line first began, and really showed the EMTs, the rural ambulance, really were crying for help and needed help.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I think too, like you think resources are stretched so thin, and you're out by for a lot of these folks by yourself or in crews of like one or
Yep.
two, and there's like little to no, there's no rapid response teams coming right behind you, and it's just like you and
you know, you have a driver, and oftentimes in these small areas,
Yep.
you have a driver for the ambulance, and you have someone in the back taking
Yep.
care of the patient, and that's it. And
yeah,
you just don't always think about those safety things.
yeah. Well,
Right.
cool. It's important, and I think like through COVID and through all that stuff, we still got other stuff to worry about.
But how
So-
can people celebrate?
So we can celebrate by honoring our healthcare teams across
Besides
the
Dan
state.
getting more STDs.
Listen, people listen to this show and they're gonna think you're serious and not know that you're trying to like throw me under the bus.
I'm totally
You know what I
kidding.
mean? Oh my goodness, you
Should
get me
I-
in, gonna
Dan-
get me in trouble.
Dan Card has 0 STDs that I know of.
This message was sponsored by SD Project First Line. Verified. We're gonna put some validity behind that.
But how can people celebrate?
Yeah, so it's National Hospital Week, and so we celebrate all the workers in our healthcare facilities and hospitals this week. Today's Nurses Day, so I'm a nurse, so shout out to all the nurses. I know you're not broadcasting right live today, but I got to
Yeah.
shout out to my girls or guys or whoever.
Mostly girls.
Mostly girls, but-
And the guys. The nurses, we love you.
So it's just a way to honor and give back to the employees of our industry. So
And really thinking bottom level all the way up to your administration. They're all a key part of your healthcare systems.
Well, and
Yeah.
as are you guys, because without healthy protocol, we're all screwed. So thank you.
we
for what
really,
you do.
we really try to work hard with our environmental services teams in all of these facilities because I don't think they get enough credit. They do hard work. They're bending, stretching, lifting, cleaning. I mean, they are right there on the front lines doing the hard work.
It's perfect. Well, how can people look into what you guys are doing?
We have a website, www.sdprojectfirstline. It has all kinds of resources on it. They can contact us if they need a training within their facility or healthcare system. There's interactive games on there, just a whole,
fun.
Yeah, a whole gamut of things for you to really look into infection control, education topics, that type of thing.
Perfect.
We love it.
Well, thank
Love
you
it.
so much. And
Yeah.
can you, Dan, one more time try to get
Try to get that
Something
wishbone
out
out
of
of,
that
there.
body.
This isn't going to happen because there's two ways you go about this, right? So you go about this like trying to be really careful, or you just kind of write it out and just say, you know what?
And we hope he's not our
Yeah.
surgeon.
There it is. We got it.
this field is not for you.
We might have lost a few. We might have lost a few pints of blood, but he's all right. He's going to pull through.
Yeah.
Although I don't know if there's having butterflies in the stomach is a legitimate medical condition, but
That's called nausea.
yeah, seems fairly suspect to me.
Yeah.
But no, this is interactive. So if you go online, check out some more of their interactive stuff.
Check it out.
yeah,
And
website
thank
looks
you to
cool.
everyone who was on the show today. Black Hills Playhouse. Seriously, check them out. They're amazing. Thank you to the South Dakota Foundation for Medical Care.
Yeah.
Happy National Hospital Week.
National Hospital Week. Thank you to all of the medical providers. You guys are literally on the front lines doing a lot of stuff, seeing oftentimes us on our worst days. So we appreciate you.
And don't be nasty.
And yeah, listen, clean it up, folks. Clean it up. Like we shouldn't have to have these people come on this show and just tell us how nasty y'all are. Clean it up. Be better. That's all I'm saying. So from all of us at the 605 show, clean it up.
Till next time.
We'll see you next time.
Wash your hands.